Man, his name be taken off a book that is widely seen as a critique of his successor, From the Depths of Our Hearts, co-written with Cardinal Robert.
Brian, we could
Sarah.
probably stop the items of interest. No one's paying attention.
Oh, are we supposed to pay attention?
No.
We got bored.
I'm going to get over them, okay? This could be for the people that aren't in this studio.
Yeah, but I know.
I'm not going to change the show just because the guests in the studio don't like it, okay? It's only going to be a little while. They'll go on with their lives. It's just a podcast. Who cares? I'm sure you've been bored before, Max. I mean, is there something that's so burning that you want to talk about, that you want to interrupt items of interest?
His items of interest.
Do whatever you want to do.
Thank you. I mean, this is number 11. It seemed to be working okay. I don't see why I should change the format because guests don't like the fucking format.
I want you to have a good time and read.
It's performance art.
Call it whatever you want. Nobody reads today.
Nobody's listening
Maybe
either.
that's the rare
Well,
part
I hope
of
they're
it.
not.
They're signing off.
Fine. Let them sign
All
off.
right.
Why are you so combative?
Because, like, what am I doing right now?
You don't have to stay if you don't want to stay.
All right.
Hit it.
God bless.
All of us?
Whoever wants to go can go. Whoever wants to stay can stay. I mean, I
Well,
don't
we
get it.
can't
You got to
all.
go, Dylan. If he's the driver, you're the driver. You got to go too.
You know what? I drove Max, so
You got to go. You got to go. Don't worry about
obviously
it.
wants to
He's
go.
going to be better off going. He's not happy sitting here listening to items of interest. I don't know why he's fighting items of interest. What is it that he wants to talk about? that
He thought he was
get-
being interviewed.
he thought
Well,
it was
we'll get
gonna
to the
be
interviews
a-
after
a
the item
little
of
different
interest.
Of a format.
No, it's
I
too
guess he
much.
just
It's
didn't
it's
understand.
okay. I understand.
But he
I'm the
doesn't
same way.
understand. If you're reading just out of a paper and not talking to the guest, it makes him uncomfortable.
Well,
So
then
they're not
then
used
he's
to
got to be uncomfortable at home. He can't be here if he's not comfortable. I'm the same way. If I'm not comfortable, I'll go home.
Right.
So he's not
But
comfortable.
if somebody told you to come to an interview, wouldn't you interview them? Or
Are
wouldn't
you
ex-
not comfortable either? You
No,
can
no,
leave
no.
too.
I don't. I'm
Everybody
used to-
can leave. I can read these items of interest by myself, and I'll talk to Red Band.
I'm used to
I don't know.
anything.
This is no other guests have had a problem with items of interest. I don't get it. I'm doing this number 11. I don't know what I'm doing. It's a podcast. Everybody in the world has a podcast, but when I do a podcast, all of a sudden there's a problem with the podcast. It is what it is. You like it, you listen to it. You don't like it, you don't like it. I'm not going to apologize for something I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
I don't want you to apologize for it. I'm trying.
Dylan,
to
you better go
explain
take him home.
Red Van.
I'm just trying to
sorry.
explain
Good to
his
see you.
side.
I thought
of
this.
the story.
I thought this might have been a mistake. This booking, okay? It's okay.
Because
Everyone
you
have a great
can't invite
Tuesday.
somebody for
Thanks,
an
Dylan.
interview and then they expect to be
You can explain it any way you want,
interviewed.
Eleanor. You want to sit over there if you're going to stay?
Hold on, let me say bye to them. Finish the items of interest. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
It's just the fact that they're not regular people. They're Hollywood types. They got a rich, very successful father, Andrew Dice Clay. So they think that I'm reading items of interest is beneath them. He can't just sit and listen to me do my podcast. He's unhappy, and they have to leave, and they can leave. You know, I don't care. I want them to be happy, and they'll be happy when they're in the car saying that Holtzman is such an asshole. We all know Holtzman's an asshole. He's doing the best he can, okay? My God. I don't know what was so important for him that he wanted to talk about. I don't know what is it you want to talk about. That's why I like items of interest. It keeps me from talking to the guests. And at the end, we can talk to the guests. But really, the guests, if they don't have anything to say or nobody wants to hear about anything that they're saying, I'm a regular person, okay? I'm a regular person. I've always worked my life. I happen to be doing some shows at the Comedy Store. But basically, I'm a regular person just like my listeners. And these people are so, not Dylan. He didn't care about items of interest. He was just having a good time.
I'll switch sides.
Can you sit over there, please?
Yes, sir. Okay, let me explain.
No, I don't want you to explain. It is what it is.
No. I know, but they're not comics. So they don't.
They don't have to be comics. That should even be better that they don't want. What does he care what's going on here?
Because you asked them to come here, so
He
they
wants me to
assume-
continually talk to him?
Yes, they assume they're
Well,
going
no,
to
I'm
be
not gonna-
interviewed about their band and promote their band. I understand Holtzmanisms, if you will.
Well-
I understand your podcast. Let's start over with the items of interest. I would have no problem I like that you're very
This
upset.
is why people don't like people in Hollywood and show business.
But it's not Hollywood and show business. It's
Well, what is it? What would
literally-
make- but
they're
what
not
would make Max-
comics. We're comics.
I've not. I
So
haven't
we
had.
deal with silliness all the time. To them,
And
they're
I-
being ignored.
and
They
I-
were asked to come to an interview, and they're being ignored. That's their problem.
Well, I don't understand. This is just supposed to be fun.
Right. And
Even if they're not comics, anybody who comes on a podcast.
but they're fun if they're interacting, and they're not being interactive with this. They can't be interactive because they don't
I told
know.
them they could chime in at any time.
So what are they supposed to do? Make fun of it? They're not comics. They're musicians.
So then they don't say anything.
Yeah. So then they want to watch TV or.
Yeah.
Why do I turn and I see my ass?
All right, you tried. You got to watch who you.
I tried. Go ahead. Finish your items of interest.
I know what you're saying, but you have to know what I'm saying. I don't understand why people get on airplanes and sit for 5 hours. He can't sit here and just put up with items
But if
of
they
interest.
got on the airplane and they said, "Hey, you're going to fly the airplane," and they said, "Well, sit in the back and we'll get to you."
I think you're biased because they're your children.
They're not my children, but I love them like they were my
All right.
children.
All right.
And yes, I'll always be biased for them.
All right, so we'll disagree. We'll agree to disagree.